Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Roger Argente and I'm the Head of Brass Performance at the Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama. Firstly, a little bit of background about myself. I'll be soon starting my 4th academic year as Head of Brass. I play the bass trombone and spent most of my career living and working in London, where I was a member of the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra for 27 glorious years. And prior to that, I spent 7 years as a member of the Bournemouth Symphony Orchestra. I thoroughly enjoyed all my time with the RPO, and it was a huge privilege for me to be part of such a superb team of inspiring musicians. We toured all over the world, going to fabulous cities and venues, playing the greatest orchestral works, finest concert halls, with the best conductors and soloists. I have also been very fortunate to work extensively for the recording industry, working for composers such as Jerry Goldsmith, John Williams, James Horner, Hans Zimmer, John Barry, Danny Elfman and Michael Giacchino, on such big screen classics such as Gladiator, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Inception, Batman, the 007 franchise and even Captain Underpants. In 2005, I started a brass group, an education project called Super Brass, who have gone on to work alongside the Music for Youth, the BBC Proms, the South Bank Centre, the Royal Albert Hall and music centres, schools, colleges and brass bands across the UK. After 30 plus years of fabulous friendships and marvellous musical memories, I felt the time was right to return to my roots and move back to South Wales. My musical journey started at school in Neath when I was 13, where I started to play the trombone at my local school, Dwrfelin Comprehensive, with a wonderfully patient brass teacher called Idris Rees. I played in any and all local orchestras, brass bands and brass groups right the way through school, through the fine West Glamorgan Music Service ensembles up to the National Youth Orchestra of Wales, which is the oldest youth orchestra in the world, and the National Youth Brass Band of Wales, of which I am a founder member. These were all fabulous formative experiences. I even came here to the Royal Welsh College for private trombone lessons in the mid-70s. I feel very lucky and proud to have a wonderful team of 24 brass teaching colleagues who specialise on the trumpet, the French horn, the tenor horn, the bass trombone and the tuba. The teaching staff are drawn mainly from Cardiff's 2 professional orchestras, the BBC National Orchestra of Wales and Welsh National Opera, for which there are popular and competitive placement schemes available for our brass students at both BMAS and MMAS levels. And because we have a fantastic brass band pathway through the BMAS degree, we also offer full places on the cornet, flugelhorn, tenor horn, baritone and euphonium. The brass band pathway is led by my wonderful colleague, Dr. Robert Charles, and the teachers for these instruments are Bob Charles himself and Owen Farr, plus Chris Turner and Tom Hutchinson, who teach cornets. This all feeds into supporting what I believe is one of the college's finest student ensembles, the College Brass Band, but then I am slightly biased. It also helps support the local community brass band scene. It's not unusual for me to go to a band concert with Corey or Tredegar Band, for instance, and see 8, 10, 12, for example, present and past students playing for these great bands. Additionally, we have a burgeoning historical performance team within the brass department led by Jeremy West on the cornet and includes Annika Scott on the natural horn, Emily White on the sackbut and Ross Brown on the natural trumpet. These past couple of academic years, we have had visits from both national and international performers, ensembles and teachers of the very highest calibre. Here are some examples and some of my highlights, which help me shine a spotlight on the different facets and styles that we hope will inspire you. It's especially rewarding to invite back an alumni of the college, Chris Hart, Principal Trumpet of the Royal Scottish National Orchestra in Glasgow. Similarly great to welcome Rhys Owens, Principal Trumpet of the Royal Liverpool Philharmonic. He put our trumpet students through their paces working on orchestral repertoire. We had masterclasses from Ben Thompson, tuba at the London Symphony Orchestra, and also from Portugal, superstar Mr. Sergio Carolino. The amazing Peter Moore, a previous BBC Young Musician of the Year winner, returned to Cardiff to not only give our students and public a stunning lunchtime recital, but a thought-provoking masterclass too. French horn soloist Ben Goldscheider, a BBC Young Musician Concerto finalist, returned to our very own magnificent Royal Welsh Dora Stoutska Hall and performed for the first time on the same stage that he had won on 4 years previously. Ben worked alongside teaching colleagues on a programme of Brahms and Ligeti horn trios, which he performed in public for us and gave a masterclass later that same day. Reginald Chapman, one of the finest bass trombone players I've had the pleasure of knowing from Lucky Chops, worked with our low brass students. Other French horn masterclasses given were by Kate Woolley of the Concertgebouw in Amsterdam, really classy and informative recital and masterclass from her, plus a masterclass from Richard Watkins that followed a recital he made alongside colleagues from London Winds. Septura Brass, the brass septet, give a most informative and stylish recital and subsequent ensemble coaching to all our student brass ensembles. Bones Apart, the all-female trombone quartet, treat us to a great lunchtime recital and masterclass. And Onyx Brass return to the college performing repertoire from their latest CD, Onyx Noir, New Jazz Works for Brass Quintet. After Chris Batchelor had spent the day working with our jazz department, it was inspiring to listen to a great jazz concert at the college by trumpeter Chris and his quintet, which featured Paul Clarvis on percussion and John Paracelli on guitar. Many of our students took part in a workshop with the international riot jazz combo Youngblood Brass Band when they visited Club Yves Bach in the centre of Cardiff. International Chair of Historical Performance, Jeremy West, presented us with a glorious collaboration between the strings and brass departments on a performance entitled Venetian Splendour, celebrating the repertoire of Venice, Gabrielli and his contemporaries, where our sackbut and cornet students performed repertoire that defined the end of the Renaissance and the beginning of the Baroque period. As I've mentioned earlier, I'm very proud of the relationship we have with Corey Band, the #1 brass band in the world, no less, as part of their relationship with us as band in residence. We regularly see them visit us for their once-a-term thrilling concert, plus other rehearsals. But what impresses me most about these amazing men and women is their professionalism. They turn up early, they set the stage, they practice their music, and when their charismatic conductor, Philip Harper, arrives, they're ready to work hard and fast, and boy, do they do that well. I was thrilled to be able to invite Superbrass to the Royal Welsh and host a weekend-long residency, which took the form of 7 separate concerts, masterclasses and workshops to packed houses and featured the amazing talents of top brass players and long-time collaborators Mike Lovett, Gordon Campbell, Phil Cobb, James Fountain and David Charles, plus colleagues from both the BBC, National Conservatoire of Wales, WNO and Corey Band. Finally, I'd like to briefly talk about possible and potential career paths. I believe it's important that we give all our students as many opportunities to perform, learn from and experience musical activities in as many genres as we can. We are not here to solely train and prepare the next generation of orchestral musicians or military musicians or peripatetic brass teachers or classroom music teachers or musical theatre musicians. We're here to give opportunities to experience everything and anything, whether it be jazz, early music, music therapy, outreach, arranging, conducting and many, many more. In consultation with my colleagues, we all passionately believe what we need to give you these opportunities so that you can make informed decisions later and plan and be prepared for what your own musical futures. To give you some audition advice, please prepare 2 contrasting pieces that you are comfortable with, that resonate with you and that you enjoy performing. Thank you very much and diolch yn fawr for watching this short film. Please don't hesitate in getting in touch. Goodbye and thank you.